We are going to close our show today with Don't Waste Your Pretty. This is a movie on TV One. I spoke with two of the stars recently, all about how they starred in the film. It's based on an adaptation of a best-selling novel about a tight-knit, close group of friends, how they navigate life and beyond. Really enjoyable film to watch. So that is coming up right after this, and our show will be done. But before we let you go, I want to make sure to thank our live guests, Cody Broadhead from Habitat for Humanity, for joining us today. Also, our new sports director here on Park City Television, Ryan Kosteka. Be sure to follow us on social media. Head to our website, sign up for our newsletter, find out everything we have going on. Have a great day. Here is Don't Waste Your Pretty.
It's a story of love, friends, and couple goals. The film is called Don't Waste Your Pretty, and I'm talking with co-stars Redaric Williams and Deborah Joy Winans. Thank you so much, both of you, for being here today. Deborah Joy and Redaric, for being here on Park City Television.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having us.
For having us.
So, Deborah Joy, let's start with you. Tell me more about this film.
Sure. This film is about a group of friends that go through life together. They go through the ups and the downs, and they give each other the best advice possible. And they love, you get to see a lot of love, not just in the girlfriends, but in the relationship scene. You see a lot of love and strength and pain and vulnerability. I think you see things that happen to us in everyday life, and you get to see it and reflect on it and kind of see how you want to be better.
And Redaric, you play the character of Michael. Tell me more about Michael.
Michael's an interesting one in the sense that on the surface, he looks like he's got his life kind of figured out and where he wants it to be. But he's at a place where he's really just wants to have that woman in his life that he's in love with. So he's in a vulnerable place, because I don't want to give too much of the film away, but things can go wrong when you open yourself up to a vulnerable position of being in love, and that's it takes two to tango, so yeah, but that's always fun to play characters like that. That was one of the things that I really liked about the script when I was reading through. I was like, this guy on the surface, so you got to figure it out, but he's in love. So when you're in love, he could do it. He can go any direction as far as like the parameter of what he's gonna do, because things get a little bit strange in the middle. That's like with any good story, though. You have, it has its ups and downs. But the beautiful thing about this is it's all real life scenarios. I mean, this film was based off of a book. The book was written, and then they crafted the script from there. So these are well thought out scenarios with real solutions that people, I think, are going to have some good takeaways.
And Deborah Joy, your character is a recent divorcee who's decided to put love on hold. Tell me a little bit more about her and how she, overcomes some of her fears that so many people can relate to.
Absolutely. I think that when you meet Janae, she is a woman that's just been hurt. She's been betrayed. She was in a very, very toxic marriage. And so she's at the point where she is trying to focus everything on anything but the love. And so you find yourself, making yourself busy. You start a business, you are working your business, and you're taking care of your mom, and you're trying to be understanding and helpful to all of your friends while keeping everything else that you're feeling inside. And she gets to a point where she has a choice to make. Either she's going to continue to hold on to all of this pain and all of this hurt, or she's going to look forward. She is going to start the conversation of healing, and then she's going to either say yes or no to the blessing that is right in front of her. But only until she lets all of that other stuff go can she get to be able to embrace what's in front of her.
And Redaric, I don't want to ruin the plot for anyone, but since I have the two of you here, tell me a little bit more about your love interest in the film.
The character, or are you talking about the actress who's playing the character? I don't want to give too much away. That's tough to do. I just go back to what I was saying earlier, how you know, these are real scenarios. So anyone that's watching this film is going to they're going to see themselves in it, you know, because this isn't just like one take on relationships. You have those that are, you know, in a relationship currently and they're dealing with all the trials and tribulations that come along with that. Then you have those that have never been in a relationship and they're looking for that love. And then you have those that were in a bad relationship and now they're trying to rebuild their life and they're coming out of that. So I think the dynamic between with our situation and our storyline, if you will, was that where it was a rebuilding, you know, if you will. And these two were friends. They've been friends since they were kids. And what I really liked about I think the nuance and the dance between the two of them, if you will, was there was a level of patience. You know, they didn't kind of just rush into things. Even though they've known each other all their lives, this is a different phase of their life. This is now they're exploring love, and that's something that you should approach with you know, a certain level of care and a certain level of you know, having patience for that. And sometimes we don't do that. We kind of want to rush in and then, you know, shoot first, ask questions later, you know, kind of mentality. But a lot of times when it comes to love, you're dealing with another person. You know, you're always dealing with another person, and that's going to be complicated. So, you know, you have to be patient. You have to really be understanding. So that's what I really liked about their dynamic between those two.
You know, it takes a really good script and incredible acting to be able to pull that off, which you both do. In that, as you mentioned, they take it slow. It doesn't just rush into it. And
that
you
was
know, everyone,
all Deborah.
yeah.
It was all Deborah. All Deborah. I'm not even. There was a couple of times we were in the scene. I was just like, she is such a good actress. Like I couldn't have asked for a better scene partner. I mean, there was times where we would get into the scene and she has this gravity where she'll just pull you even further and further and deeper into the scene. Yeah, that was all Deborah.
It takes two to tango, my friend.
You're awesome. No, but really.
It does.
What
You
is
both
your
did
question?
so well.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So, Deborah Joy, this film, everyone is so beautiful in this film, an incredible job acting, as I mentioned. But there's this vulnerability that you both have alluded to behind it all that is so relatable. What were some challenges that you had in playing this character and in this plot that really I think many people will find themselves in?
Absolutely. I think the biggest challenge of all, as an actor, is to always make sure you're doing work that is honest and real, because you always want your work to touch somebody, and people are huge mirrors. They will reflect what they see, and if you are not being sincere, they will tell you in 2 seconds. So for me, it's all about trying to make sure every moment, every step of the way, I am in Janae's shoes. I am in Janae's mind and her heart and how she moves and how she feels, so that it is honest, so that people can see it, understand, you know, she's been hurt just like I have, but also be able to see she's pulling herself out just like I have, or just like I need to do. And it can start a conversation. You know, you want your art to always be able to touch someone in some sort of way and start a conversation. And I think that was the biggest challenge for me, to make sure I was completely present every step of the way, so that it was real and truthful and sincere, so that people can be touched.
Yeah, she did that to a T. They call that walking the line, but Deborah Joy, I'm telling you, she does it the absolute best.
Thank you, Redaric.
I'm serious. I'm so serious. Can't tell you.
Well, I very much enjoyed this film, and I mean that. It's a great escape, but also very moving and something we really need right now. And you can tune into Don't Waste Your Pretty. It premieres Sunday, February 28th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on TV One. Thank you so much, Redaric and Deborah Joy, for joining us today here on PCTV.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.